What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. And I always have to ask myself the question, like, what hurts more? Especially when you're trading, what hurts more? Does it hurt more if you lose money, or does it hurt more if you know you were right, you could have made a lot more money, but you ended up cutting your trade short? Well, the second one was exactly what happened today. So you know I don't like to trade Wednesdays because Wednesdays tend to trade kind of funny. Unfortunately, I guess to my unfortune alone, I'm not sure if the market was watching me, but today, Wednesday, was a nice trend to the downside. And I got in even before the market opened to the downside, but then I actually closed the trade at some profits. Like I just exited at some profits. That was my one trade for the day and I left. So I'll show you that trade. I'll show you how the trade continued to run. I could have taken it, but I didn't. But I still closed the market profitable, and I just didn't enter any more trades after that. I've been over trading for all of this week, just too confident, knowing where I'm entering. I'm just shooting all of the shots. So right now, I just entered one trade. I was right on the first trade. I exited at that point. But let's get into it. So the first and only trade was on the QQQ to the downside. And what did I have here? This was at 9:32. So some context is that I had a bearish engulfing candle on the Nasdaq 100 before market opened. So the QQQ didn't even open up as yet. But on the index, since it was trading in pre-market, I actually got an indicator and I entered from there to the downside. And then as soon as the market opened at 9:30, I entered to the downside as well, even though I didn't get a bearish engulfing on the ETF. So let me show you. So I entered at 317.88. That was the first trade. 317.88. And today is going to be a short video because obviously I only made one trade. So, and I actually closed it on the next candle down. So as it started to break down, I closed it. So basically I was risking $50 for this trade. I actually turned down the amount that I was risking because I just don't like trading Wednesdays. And of course, today was a day when Wednesday traded very nice to the downside. I could have just rode it to the downside. I saw the MACD making lower lows, but I just wanted to just exit. I didn't want to overtrade. Like I'm looking at 1 to 3 trades max per day. I had my first trade was profitable. I was done for the day, right? So this is where I closed out the trade at 316.83 for a total profit of 51. And I'll show you why I entered on the indice, but you can see the MACD, it had that curvature, that downward curvature. And you also have building in the MACD candles. So building strength to the downside, that's a reason that you can stay bearish biased until it starts to weaken. And you can see the moment it started to weaken here was when you started to have some bullish candles start to form, some little support being formed, and the market kind of starting to trend to the upside. So that was the first trade on one platform. That was a trade the pool platform. And as you can see, that was my only trade for today on that platform. On the next platform, I only made one trade as well. And you can see here, this was actually at 8:38. So I had a bearish engulfing at 8:38. And I used the Nasdaq 100 on the broker platform. And I'll show you. At 8:38, we had a nice bearish engulfing. It never came back up to that level after that. Never, ever, ever. And then even at market open, you had another bearish engulfing from further confirmation. So it was just a sweet trade today. I do not expect that from Wednesdays, but of course it would happen today. So at 8:30, I entered to the downside at 13091.2. 13091.2. That's where I entered to the downside of this bearish engulfing candle, right? And then where did I close it? Around the same place as the other one. So I'm thinking around 9:45. No, actually we closed it at 9:36. At 9:36 is when I actually closed this trade. So right on market open, I was out. I'm like, yep, I'm not holding I'm not holding this trade for much longer. I do not want to hear about any reversals. I want to make sure I exit with profits. And that's what it's about. Don't lose money. Just try to make money always. I mean, it sounds like a fantasy, but that's what Warren Buffett preaches. So 313,049.5.05 was where I exited the trade, and that was a total profit of $21, and the max risk at this point was $8. So I'm just trying to employ the strategy even using a smaller share size. So I'm using smaller share size, making sure that it's that consistent. It's a proven strategy, so I'm just continuously proving the strategy until I can actually start to scale and employ more capital to it, right? So that's basically it. That was the 2 trades for today. Same thing on both platforms. I mean, you have a little time difference, but I had a bearish engulfing here. I had weakness on the MACD here. And then as the market started to open, that's when it's like all hell started to break loose. It started to break down. I got a nice push to the downside. I exited the trade and left. I'll be posting 2 other videos today. You'll see them probably before this one. Is because some stuff were going on Monday and Tuesday, so I couldn't get to put out those videos, but I'll be putting them up regardless along with this video. This will be a much shorter video. The other videos are where I really over traded. I was doing like 6 or 7 trades a day. Today I did 1 trade, and tomorrow we're gonna do the same thing, 1 to 3 trades max. If I have a nice clean trade on the first or the second, I'm not trading for the rest of the day, even if I'm break even or even if I'm at a loss. Let's just leave it at that, right? So we're looking for big trades like this. I didn't know that Wednesday could trade like this, to be honest. There must have been some news, and let me actually try to pull it up really quick. CNBC News Finance. Yeah, let's pull up some CNBC news real quick, and that should be able to give us some insight as to why the market pushed to the downside, because it's looking very abnormal that it would really push down like that. So inflation's inventory gluts are here to stay and will hit the bottom line in weaker economy. Inflation's inventory glut. So it seemed like the companies probably like Walmart, Home Depot, Target might have a lot of glut in inventory, and they might have to sell at a lower price. But if you don't have people buying, that will further negatively affect the economy in terms of what people are spending, the amount of GDP that the people are going to produce. Because if the products are back stock, you basically do not have these big, how do you say, companies purchasing from the manufacturers, and that's slowing down the output, which is also putting people out of jobs or slowing people are going to be like laid off, because they're saying, okay, we don't have that much demand from the wholesalers or the suppliers, so why are we going to keep you employed? Or we can't keep you employed for that long because there's not a lot of work. So that's the first thing that came up. I'm not sure what else was affecting the market, but as you can see, the market took a turn to the downside today for some reason. It just basically puked as soon as market opened, and it came right down until around 10:45. Was around your low level. You could have exited there, and if you went to 12:15, I would say you're greedy, but that would have been the lowest point of the day. So that's basically what happened today. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can see, less trades, just make the profits, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. All right, bye bye.